Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Her. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for joining in. It's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications for when we post videos, when we go live, hit the bell button. You won't miss anything. You'll get notifications on your phone. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, link is below. I post all my trades in there. We have a great community of people. We have a great family. The UVH fam is fantastic. They're great. Everyone here is great. Love you guys. Yeah, so today was quite the whipsaw day. If you're new here, if you're just watching, say what up. I see Kit, Richard, Linda, FC, Jordan, Drukpa. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. If not, please let me know and I will try better. Hornet Gamer, what's going on? Got paid. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you learned a lesson, if you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. Yeah, people are just signing in here. Samesh, what's going on? What's going on? And Linda looked at SPX. Yeah, SPX is pricey, but it's pretty much the same. It's the same chart as SPY. Loading the good. What's going on? Back learning all the lessons. Yeah. The was SPY is like 1/10. Notebook a bit. Matthew, what's going on? Nice to see you guys. But yeah, today was quite the whipsaw. Crypto Slice, what's going on? Today was quite the whipsaw day. I mean, we were the S&Ps. Well, the Dow was down what 500 at one point. Now it's up 77. Nasdaq's up 83. And S&P's up 9, and you know, the S&P's opened flat, went down to 25.83 and back up to 26.37 is where it closed. Oliver got paid. Short GLD paired long was SLV, nice. FC's down 88 today. Could have been worse. Matthew got paid on Microsoft. Richard, thank you, man. Man, Richard, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to repay you. I appreciate it, man. Really. Thank you so much. You donate every stream. Thank you. Jeff, what's going on? Anyways, so today I didn't open up any trades. It's saying I'm down 85, but I don't really know if that's entirely true. But that's what it's saying, so that's what it's saying. I don't know. I didn't look at what Tastyworks was saying I was down on today. I guess we could look. I guess it's saying I'm down 87. Down on IBM, down on USO, but IBM's not really a trade because that one's just kind of hanging out. I got some time on it. Brian, what's going on? I got some time on it. Average down last week. I don't really think it's going to work out, but you know, if it does, I just need the calls to go up about 10 cents. Right now, my average is 15 cents. We're at like 5 cents, so I just need to go up like 10 cents in the calls, and I'm going to bounce, break even. Kit, appreciate it, man. I think you mean Diz. What's going on, Diz? Got you. USO down a little bit, but I bought the January calls because I knew that oil might bounce back, but I didn't know when. So I pretty much bought far out. I bought the 12s, the 12 strike calls last week, and let them ride out. But today, you know, talking about today, played a weekly expiring today and out of the money for $1.08. Nice, yeah. That Hornet Gamer, that is risky. Glad it worked for you though. But yeah. I mean, today was a day trading day. Today was not a swing trading day. And, mainly the reason why I said I didn't open up any new trades like this, because if you guys remember, not last week, but the week before that, where I lost $1,000 that week. So last week we made $2,000. The week before that, I lost $1,000. So we made $2,000 last week. The week before that, lost $1,000. And the reason why I lost $1,000 is because of charts like this. Anything that I was trading, BABA, Microsoft, SPX, anything that I normally trade, everything was down and then up, down and then up. Obviously, we were trending up that week, but the charts were like this. There was like no breaks. BABA, Tesla the same, BABA. So I kind of took that after losing $1,000 that week. I kind of, on charts like this, excuse me, I really thought that this was going to happen. Something like this was going to happen today, because it's been happening pretty frequently where we have major rip downs and then we rip back up. And like, if you look at all these charts, they all look the same. And I showed you, if you look back a couple weeks ago on some of the videos, or that video that I did on Friday where I said I lost $1,000, all the charts look like this week, that week. And knowing that I lost $1,000 that week and all the charts look like this, I wanted to take it easy, sit out for a little bit, and just see kind of where things go. If we get the V chart, does that mean, is there going to be continuation? Or tomorrow, are we going to, the S&Ps were back up to flat. They basically closed flat. Are we going to go back? Are we going to go back down tomorrow? The V chart, man, I need some water. The V chart here is real. So, after losing $1,000 on charts like this and getting it back last week, I was very hesitant to go right back in when we're going back down. Now, the one thing that I was concerned about, so I didn't really have any positions on. Normally, you guys know I have like anywhere between 5 to 10 positions on, and you see I only have like 2 on right now. Like last week, I liquidated everything, cleared the decks, we made some money, got rid of everything. It was a good time to reset my positions, reset my portfolio, and the thing that I was afraid to happen, did happen today, but we bounced back up, was to break below 2,600 and to really stabilize under 2,600. We hit a low of 20. Let's get the exact number, 2583.23, and it broke below. But then it was after it broke below, it was bought back up. But I was afraid that, right now we're down in this bounce zone. We bounced, like we normally bounce around 2,600, right? We did hit in February. We did hit a low, so you can see that, of 2532. But if you go back to the 2-year here, other than this right here, there's really no support. Like we can come down to 2,400, 2,300 pretty easily. Other than this, I think that we might be potentially forming some long-term support here, which would be very good in terms of if you're bullish in the market. It would be good to save 2017 gains. Right now 2018 we're not up on, and this could be establishing some long-time support. Like 2018 could be the year we just test 2,600 all year in 2018. 2019, who knows what's going to happen right now. But as for right now, I was very cautious being in the zone that we could have had the flush. We could have easily been 2,500 today. We could have been 2,550 today. We could have closed 2,630. So I was just not sure like where we're going, and best when you're not sure where we're going. And since we were down so much, option pricing was pretty expensive. I didn't want to commit to some trades. I kind of want to see how things go. Now, depending on tomorrow I'll probably start opening trades, but sometimes the best trades are when you don't trade. And I know that like that's hard because you want to make money, you want to trade. I mean, I trade mostly every day. But some days it's best to sit out. Some days, like the best decision you can make to make money is not putting your capital at risk. And I feel like today I made the right decision. Yes, I wish I made money. I wish I went in. I wish I made some trades. But hindsight is always 20/20, right? And I was afraid that we were going to get some more actions like this, because we've had Thursday, we had the V chart that continued. Friday we went all the way back down, tested the lows, and then today we went, this morning we went back down, and then we're back up. We're basically back up where we were at Friday at close, which, I mean, it's very interesting that could happen. Like, we broke below 2,600, and then we, within an hour or 2 hours, we're back up above 2,600. So it seems like they're defending 2,600 pretty good, even though they did drop pretty hard below. I mean, the floodgates, this was an hour of selling from 26.25 all the way down to 25.83. It was a solid hour of selling here, and yes, it did get bought back up, but it did take a lot longer to get back to where we started. So, for me, sometimes the best trade, especially on days like today, and knowing 2 weeks ago these charts were not profitable for me, you got to protect the account. FC, banking on that flush. Yeah. Last Monday was up, then the rest of the week was down, yeah. Kit, notice the uptrends aren't as high as the downtrends, though. Yes, I agree. So, they were saying, like in 2017, people were saying, like, oh, well, this is gonna be a massive short. It's gonna be a massive short. But at the same time, the red days were not anywhere close to the green days. We had so many more green days than we did red days, and the red days didn't even put a dent into anything. Jason Bond says the flush he uses 3 chart patterns. I trust him. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can listen to whoever you want. If you feel good about that, do you. Arturo from Tucson, what's going on? Do you think Microsoft will go above 108 by Friday, Sammy? So we're very close, very easily. It could go above 108. NASDAQ was up the most out of all of them. When did NASDAQ come up? NASDAQ up 1.2%. Dow. So NASDAQ was up. Yeah, Dow was only up 0.25%, and then we're up 0.32. So NASDAQ was the strongest out of all of them. I mean, what I see on Microsoft, I wanted to put a Microsoft trade on really bad today, but I held back because I just, like I said, you got to be sure. Down here on Microsoft, I like buying around 104, 103, which we were at today. I like that. But however, you can see on these charts here, when we're in a range here between 108, 104, 108, it could easily flush down to 100. And yes, we could bounce back up. So really, I just want to, today was a waiting and seeing what the trend was going to be. Yes. But however, if you notice on Microsoft, the only thing that I would be concerned about on Microsoft, yes, like I said, we're still in this range where it could get rejected here at 108. And as you can see, this high is lower, this high is lower, this high is lower. So this could go down the rest of the week too. So just keep that in mind. Like, you might want to hedge or put a different position on. If you're worried about 108, I probably would have sold at close. It did touch 108. It did touch it. Doesn't look like it went above, but Dorian, what's going on? Yeah, it looks like it touched. What was the high here? Like 108 something. I would have taken it off if it were me. If I was worried about my position on Microsoft hitting 108 and it having a serious rip, like when stocks are going against me and we have a serious rip in my direction, I usually sell. Mainly because, as you can see here on SPX, if you have a major, like a lot of people got screwed on Friday because we had on the S&Ps a major rip to the bull side. And as you can see, we gave all that back and then some. And then I guarantee this, people were buying calls all day, all afternoon because they're like, oh, we're coming back with so much strength. These calls are going to be up so much money. We're going to be 2,800 on Friday. It's going to be through the roof. We're going to come back up here to 2,800. And as you can see, As you can see, that did not happen. So, you know, you gotta protect your account, because as you know, the market, let's just be honest, the market's not a fair place. The market doesn't care about your feelings. The market just wants your account. They want your account. So keep that in mind. Oh, I hit 107.98. Linda 107.59. Oliver, it's funny watching you try not to laugh. So Oliver, I don't want to bash anybody. Like, I want to, like, for us versus Herd, I want it to be a community that everyone can learn from. Like, we're chill. You know, I don't want anyone to lie to anybody. I don't want anyone to, you know, I just want everything to be open. I want the community to benefit. People that have questions, like, this would be a terrible place to come if you're new and people were like, you know, oh, you're so stupid because you don't know how to trade options. So like that's not the kind of atmosphere I want. I want it to be like, I don't care if you've never traded an option before. I don't care if you've never traded an option before, or you've been trading options 10 years, you know more than most of us, and you come in here. Like, I want this to be like a community for everybody that we can kind of come together, talk options, talk the stock market, you know, whatever else you want to talk about. You know, that's really what I want it to be about. I don't want it to be, I mean, there's so much hate on the internet. You can go to anywhere. You know, we got people making videos about people, other people on, you know, so much slander. It's just not what I want. Please ban swearing. Linda, I think swearing is filtered out. Roman, I'm on Thinkorswim and Tastyworks. I use both. Eat, sleep, herd. Crypto Slice held back on Microsoft. Still at upper limit. Yes. Drutka, I've never traded options. Well, welcome. If you're interested in trading options, we're here for you. We're here for you. One interesting thing today was Apple. So Apple iPhone sales from the iPhone 6S up through X, I believe. 6S through X or XS. I can't remember. But it was 6S through at least X. I know that for sure. Where iPhone 10. So basically, iPhone sales were banned because sales were banned for those models because Qualcomm won a patent war agreement that Qualcomm's saying that Apple's using some of their patents in some of the software. So they won that. So, you know, obviously we had a rough morning, but man, that ripped back up like nothing. $5, man, that's pretty crazy. So I'm keeping an eye on Apple right now to kind of see. I like trading Apple, but right now for Apple, if we go on the right now in Apple, 160 area, low 160s where it was earlier today is the bounce area based on support this year. Yes, it did come down to 150. It was a very short-lived 150. So we're back down here. So like when we're down in like support areas like this, when we're down in areas where it could get, you know, either we're going to break through or it can get rejected, I tend to kind of sit and watch for a little bit. And, you know, you can do what you want. I just know, Greg, what's up? I just know what works best for me, because let's say you were banking on a flush on Apple or anything, Microsoft or S&Ps. You know, let's say you're banking on a flush. A lot of the market was banking on a flush too, and those options are going to be very expensive. And then when it rips back up, a lot of people lose a lot of money. One thing they overpaid for options, and then it went against them. So you're going to lose more money quicker when that starts going against you. So that's why I tend to kind of just wait and see. You know, I don't want the market to dictate my entry. I want to dictate that for myself. I want to choose. I don't want the market to force me to do anything. Normally, when the market forces you to do something, you know that's probably not in your best interest, right? They got stay order on Qualcomm. Okay. So my news a little late. Ali placed my first option trade today. Welcome. Glad you're here. If you're new here, say what up so we can meet you. Paper trade. Yeah, I mean, if you're starting to trade options, and don't get thrown off by people that are making money here, losing money, whatever. You know, you got to do what's right for you. And paper trade, get your account up. Once you start paper trading successfully, start doing small trades. You know, deposit $500 to $1,000, and don't go nuts. Don't put all your account in there. Trade 10%, 20% of your account at a time, and learn and grow. Learn and grow. What else you guys? What else you guys looking at today? What else are you guys trading? I know Microsoft, Qualcomm, Apple, which we talked about. You know, we're looking. It's looking bullish for tomorrow, but you gotta be very careful about that. BAC, yeah, the banks. I heard the banks were all over today, so I was kind of out and about today. Was another thing. I didn't want to day trade or do anything crazy, but yeah, this is very bad. I mean, it's good if you were shorting it from 29 to 24 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in 5 business days, I mean, that's insane. Like, now we're down in 24s. What can we see here? It's not looking good. Next stop looks to be 22, unless we 23, unless we get some sort of bounce here. So, you know, for me, the one thing that I don't like about this trade, like if I was going to short down to 23, the one thing I feel like it's like a crowded trade now, and I don't really like trading crowded trades because they find a way to screw you. Kit, Adobe, and Costco. Adobe actually is holding up pretty well after this 210 bounce here. However, like I would be a little concerned of this descending pattern here, of the short-term descending pattern here, 260, 244, and the highs keep getting lower. I would be concerned about that. Costco. Doesn't Costco have earnings this week? Yeah, Costco has earnings this week. I don't like to trade Costco earnings because historically they don't really move that much. I mean, this is nothing here. Not much movement here. They did drop from 231 down to 220 last time, but typically on average, Costco doesn't move a lot. It's good for selling premium, but however, the expected moves are usually really low. So I don't typically like to FC Costco. I thought Costco. It says Costco is December 13th. Earnings schedule December 13th. Did it move it? I don't think they reported. It's not showing. It's not showing here that they reported today. So I think it's December 13th. Greg got paid on BAC 2450. Nice. PayPal. Loading the good. PayPal. That's something we talked about a little while. We haven't talked about PayPal in a little while. Yeah, I mean, it's right now it's range bound. I would, like, for me to trade this, I would probably wait till 88 if it's going to come back up. I don't like trading mid-range, mainly because it could stay in this range for a while and you can definitely lose some money. But I like to trade the top of ranges or bottom ranges, and mid-range is not my favorite spot. Eric, TLRD. Tailored brands, let's see here. So they only have monthly options, but their liquidity is not bad. Liquidity is not bad. And they're at the bottom of the range here. Do they have earnings coming up? TLRD? Seems like they do. Come on. Thinkorswim does not like that. Okay, so they got earnings December 12th here on Thinkorswim. So TLRD's got earnings. It looks like they had a nice gap up last earnings, but that got rejected, hit 29 and came all the way back down to 20. This is kind of a weird chart. So it stays mostly in a range, but you know, we had some crazy moves like this one, 24, 21. Looks like it could be like a good day trading. I don't know if I would trade it before earnings, but it looks like a good day trade after earnings. But right now to the bottom of the range, like if they have bad news, probably going to get a flush. You know, if they have bad earnings. You know, I find it very interesting that like every chart that I have to go to now is like the 2-year chart. So yeah, I mean if wow, this was a bad time. 23 to 16, March 2017. That's not good. Might be a good trade. I mean, options are kind of expensive here for such a low price stock. So it might be actually a good trade to trade after earnings once you get that crush. I don't think I would sell earnings either in it because of the expected move could be kind of crazy. Carmine, what's going on? Yeah, Adobe Kit Thursday. I see that on Yahoo FC. I don't know. Costco. Let's see what Tastyworks says. Tastyworks is saying December 13th as well. Yeah, December 13th. I don't know. I don't think they reported earnings. Nvidia, California. I didn't forget about you. Sometimes with a lot of tickers, the chat gets a little crazy when people drop a lot of tickers. So I try to keep up the best I can. Yeah, this is. Hold on, back to the 2 years. Sorry. Oh man. Yeah. It's bad. It's real bad. I hope nobody here bought stock in the high 200s. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, looks like short-term revisit to 140, potentially going down to 100 if this selling keeps up. Pretty realistic now. If you saw this, like if you were just to see this, you probably never thought that it would come down to 100 again. But now that looks actually really realistic. PayPal's low volume. $3M, Sammy. Yeah, this is another stock that range bound. So the one thing that I will say, like about this market, options traders, this is where option traders are going to make the cake. Range bounds like this, you know, buying support, buying resistance, shorting resistance, buying, you know, you get the idea. But yeah, now we're back down here. It did bounce 194 today, but now we're back here. Looks like a good nice run at 210 is in order. 218 is the top of this range here. But as you can see, you know, the range is kind of getting tighter. So the range, when the range gets tighter, it means that breakout or a flush is kind of imminent. You know, if you're looking at these ranges here, you know, kind of back down in here, back in April, you know, the range was like 206 and 194. We were bouncing around here a little bit, until it came down to 190, hit the push to 210, and now we have a new range here between like 210. You know, it started to break out in range here, but then got rejected. It came all the way down to 182. So, you know, it's trading in range. You could definitely make some money here. Liquidity, I would say, is not the best on this, though. Not very good. But, I mean, you're talking about like 10-cent widths. I mean, you can make some money here. You can make it work. Just be careful with it. You know, the bid and the ask isn't that wide for the amount of volume here. The bid and the ask should definitely be a little bit wider. I mean, this one's kind of wide here, but most of it looks like a 10-15 cent difference, which is not too bad. But you know, when you're trading low volume options, I do have a video on it. Search this channel, how to trade low volume options. You gotta take certain precautions when doing so. Just shorted NVIDIA for earnings at 170-ish. Got out after with a profit, but had we known, we would have kept it on. That's always the case, Kit. I mean, if I can count the times that I left money on the table, I mean, we're talking a lot of money. A lot of money. And, you know, but at the same time, how often has my discipline saved my account? Sure, I cap my gains, but I get to keep my account. One tweet away from volatility. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now. So we got this Mueller investigation. Let's see what else we got. Stocks are on track for the worst year in a decade. Well, I mean, we've been on a bull run for 11 years. I mean, like CNBC, I'm scrolling through CNBC's homepage right now. I thought there was news on Mueller, but I can't seem to find it. But you got to be careful about that. The investigation. I think it's a real threat to the president, and at this point in time, it's going slow. But I mean, anything could happen. Anything can happen. Yeah, we got the Brexit situation, Mueller investigation. Now we have the China trade. So, you know, Shadow Drone, how you doing? What's going on? Tim Cook, CEO of Apple on board, has Apple stock and options as well as Nike stock options. When do you think those expire? You know, you can't speculate on what you don't know or what you don't understand. And like I said many times, like, a lot of different people do things for different reasons. You know, just because I trade something or Warren Buffett trades something or Tim Cook or something, just because they buy options or they buy a certain stock doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you. They have other agendas at play. It might be because they need some, like kind of what we do is when I have a loss somewhere, I buy something else or put a different trade on to balance it out. Maybe they're buying that stock just to balance something out. Maybe they're buying that option just to provide protection. They want it to expire. Maybe Tim Cook bought a bunch of puts because he's got a lot of stock and wanted to make some money. You know, you don't know what they do for what reason. And I try to show you as much as I can. I show you all my trades, and I do things for a specific reason. As when you do, your portfolio is different from mine, so you're gonna make different decisions when placing trades or going defensive. And so will Warren Buffett, so will Tim Cook, so will seasoned traders. They make different decisions, and that's why I kind of urge everybody to don't follow the hottest guru, because don't follow I'm never gonna offer like stock alerts, option alerts, or that kind of thing, because that's kind of stupid. Because if you can't think for yourself, you can't trade for your own. Like, the best way to trade, like, what if I die one day? I will die one day, but what if let's say I die tomorrow and you were buying my stock alerts and now you don't know how to trade, and just because you sell or buy a stock alerts doesn't mean you know how to invest. It doesn't mean you know how to trade. What I really want to encourage here is an environment where people can find a way to cultivate their own ideas, focus on their strengths, understand their weaknesses, and become a profitable trader. How about Facebook? Facebook was strong today. And if you're looking at the trend, Facebook has dropped a lot. The trend here is looking very bullish, but however, I mean, the downtrend is still intact. But from the low 126, I mean, this is definitely looking kind of bullish here. But we got a ways to go. Really, it really has to break above, like, if you're looking at Facebook for the last 2 years, it's pretty much been trading around 170 for 2 years. So right now we're below the means. So it'll probably visit 170, but they need to get some good things going on. They need to get some good press going on. Because Facebook is in trouble. Did you go to school for trading? Did not. Well, I guess the market told me everything I needed to know, Sammy. I'm thinking put in order to get rejected. They could be buying protective, yeah. The market is on fire right now. This is the best time, like, for options trader. We're having the best market for option trading right now because it's so two-sided. It's amazing. It doesn't matter. I mean, if we grind lower or we grind higher or whatever, as long as the market is two-sided, options traders are going to make a killing. So, I mean, FC in terms of it can bounce up. Wasn't sure much just between here and 170. Yeah, I don't. The one thing that I will say about Facebook is, they just had earnings, so earnings aren't gonna be a while. They don't really have a catalyst to go higher other than I mean, yes, they're still making profits, but Facebook is kind of one of those stocks that everybody owns. Everybody already has a lot of, it's a stock that everyone had in their portfolio at one time or another. They need a catalyst to go higher. Yes, they're still profitable, but there are some serious concerns around the stock. Long term, short term, I think, honestly, we could easily revisit if we get some bullish momentum in the market. We could easily revisit 160, 170. However, if we don't have bullish momentum in the market, we're gonna have some trouble. Don't trade the headlines. Understand what's going on with the news, not what CNBC. Options of the week. I have some bucks in liquid account. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I actually hardly ever look at CNBC. The only time I really look at it is for political news and understand that. I don't really like, because CNBC has an agenda to get clicks. They have an agenda to push readers. They have an agenda to push viewership, and it's not that that's bad in terms of business. It's just sometimes, I think a while ago I posted, like, on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, like, all the alerts I got in one day from CNBC. The world, probably like today, if you're looking at CNBC alerts on my phone right now, this morning I haven't cleared it. So starting at 7 a.m. or 7:35, Paul Tudor says more volatility is ahead, in the stock dropping as much as 15%. Then at open, stocks slip amid more volatility after more than 4% drop last week. 30 minutes later, Dow turns negative, drops 200 points. And 30 minutes after that, UK government delays Parliament's vote. 30 minutes after that, Dow drops 400 points. Then Apple files appeal to overturn iPhone sales. And then 1 hour ago, right at market close, Dow erases 500-point drop and closes higher in another wild session on Wall Street. So, I mean, it's best not to pay attention to that kind of thing. And it's best just to look at the charts, look at the numbers, and focus on what your goals are and if there's an entry point for you or something that you believe in that you think you can gain entry on at a good price. I hesitate pulling any of that out and filling up my trading platforms. Yeah, I mean, and I also think it kind of clutters your mind too. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much good news we have. It doesn't matter how much bad news we have. What really matters is what the price is. What's the price right here? What is Apple right here? Take it easy, Sammy. You know, what's the price of Apple? Yes, they had some bad news come out, but what's the price? Close green. You know, and that happens all the time, and a lot of people. It's unfortunate because a lot of retail traders, they put this in their heads like, oh, this is bad news, I'm going to short Apple, and then they get like super screwed on it. You know, they get really screwed. You know, and that's why you need some context with the price. That's why you match up the price with the news. Now, like, you know, if there's a serious scandal, like one thing that you pretty much count on as a short is like an FBI probe or SEC investigations, like stuff like that. It gets pretty serious. But other than that, you know, watch the charts. You know, are people willing to give up their shares because Apple lost a patent or you know, a temporary ban? Maybe, maybe not. You know, it depends. So that's why you got to look at the price. Man, I cannot shake this cough. I cannot shake this cough. 2 weeks. I got to go to Mexico or Florida or someplace warm. USO. So let's talk about USO for a little bit because let's go to here. So USO, before the OPEC news, I sold off my puts, and then I was glad I did because we had this huge bounce up to 1150. I then was looking for a long position, but I didn't buy in here. I bought down in here, and we're obviously lower right now. However, if you're looking at, that's why I bought the calls for so far out. I bought the I have the January 18th. I got 39 days on these. January 19th. Sorry, January 18th, 2019 calls for $12 because I thought we could have a push up to 12. Obviously, we came down lower, but we're still here. And if I'm looking at oil, you know, if we're staying above $40 a barrel here, I think it could flatten out here and then continue up. But if we're consistently below $50 a barrel, I'll probably cut my losses and add some more puts. Is really my thoughts. Really my thoughts on that. So that's really what I'm looking at for USO. I know a lot of you guys are also holding USO. If you're new here, say what up. Definitely want to meet you. Welcome you to the UVH fam. Welcome to the UVH community. If this video so far hasn't been of value to you, I know I've spent, because I haven't done a lot of trades today, so I don't have a lot to cover. So I know that I am putting a lot of, I'm kind of going off script and probably doing some more rants than I should. And Kit, yeah, if it's valid to you, hit the like button on the video. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Richard and Kit, thanks so much for the donations today. And everyone that comes in every day, Linda, Greg, Kit, Richard, Sammy, Brian, Jeff, Loading the Good. There's a lot of people that come, that make this part of their daily routine. Like, I just want to, again, thank you so much. Thank you. What other tickers that I'm looking at? Obviously, I want to look at Baba. Tobin, I like the rants. Yeah, sometimes I don't know. It depends. I get a little heated sometimes. Not at people or just. I guess the market allows you to express yourself in other ways. Alibaba here. I'm looking at Alibaba trade as well because it's been one of my top performers for 2018. Alibaba, we've been making a lot of money on the two-sided action. It's been great. We made a lot of money in here. We made a lot of money in here. We made a lot of money in here. And right now we're in the mid-range here. However, I mean, we did hit like 169. It's back down to 150. Looks very bearish. It did close red today. I already have it up, but yeah, Baba had a nice little push, but just wasn't enough. Nice swing. So you know, obviously, you know, 7 Day, what's going on, man? Glad you're here. Hope you fared okay. I know you're leaning a bit heavy in your portfolio right now, man. So hopefully you did okay. Greg, I'm trying to get in the flow here. I need to stream. Every day, Monday through Friday. Stream every day. I missed 2 days last week streaming, and I like streaming. I like to talk the stock market with you guys. Linda, thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. I did hold Facebook. Wally held Facebook for a week. It paid off. Yeah, because it's looking bullish. It's been consolidating, but also pushing forward. But it hasn't really ripped that high yet, so it's really kind of just going slow and low. But as you know how they say, you know, stairs up, elevator down is the scary part. So, you know, right now what I'm looking at on Baba, this could push back up. Now we could push back up to 170 here, but I'd be looking around 160. Typically in the past, 160 has been trouble. Like 157.50, 160 has been trouble. It's hard. We did have a temporary push above until it fell below. But you know, obviously 145 is like the lowish end. So I'm looking at a trade. So tomorrow I'm looking at a trade Baba and Microsoft and maybe SPY. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't close any of my losing positions, but I hedged my gains on my winning positions, though. Good. That's what I like to hear. Play defense. Don't let them take your money. I know that you put a lot of money in, but don't let them take it. There's a way out. Linda, this is a free place. This is not pay to play. It's not pay to play, but I appreciate you. You know, for the people that want to be here are going to be here. If those that don't want to be here, don't come. Like this channel is meant for everybody just to come talk the stock market. You may agree with me, you may not agree with some of the things I say, and that's understandable. You don't have to. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're all in this market together. I know a lot of us trade the same stocks, and I think together collectively, I know there's a lot of people that are our options trading group that, you know, accountability. Sometimes accountability is what people need to be profitable, and I think here we allow people to have an outlet to be accountable for their trades and kind of bounce some ideas. Whether or not they do the trade that they were intending to do or change the trade, it's always nice to, you know, have some context. See, you know, maybe somebody sees something entirely different than you do, and you may not have committed the trade, but you may see something. They may have pointed out something that you didn't see, which may help you either way, put the trade on or not put the trade on. So, Linda, I'm glad we were able to help here. All right, guys, we're at 48 minutes. Anything else? Any other tickers you want to check out before we sign off? Jeff says rants are good. Greg, why didn't you think there was going to be a stream today? AMD. Oh, yeah. AMD, I haven't been trading. I made a little bit of money in there last month, but I haven't been trading AMD that much. However, I mean, depends if it bounces up here. Like, if it bounces tomorrow, like, I like that it's making higher lows. So, you know, the low here is 16, then it's 1750. Now we're at like 1950. So this could definitely be bullish momentum. It looks like, you know, for AMD, it looks like the worst. It looks like the worst is over with. But then again, this could, you know, this also was $9, you know, 8 months ago. So that being said, this run from 9 all the way up to 34, you know, I think was a bit overdone. and we're seeing that. But the market right now is not helping it out either. But it's still staying pretty strong. But it seems like any major dips get bought, any major rips get shorted. You know, this got shorted, this got bought. So I mean, this got bought from down here. So, oh yeah, we gotta connect, Greg. Look at SPY. Check out the divergence low. Loading the good, AMD, you're looking at 23. So you're looking at 23 calls. So loading the good, what time frame? You're looking at the 23 strike for what time frame? I mean, you're $3 off. You know, you're basically looking for more than a 10% move here. So, not saying that can't happen, because I mean it happened here. But you know, when you're expecting a stock to move 10% or more than 10%, you need to give it time. I have an AMD call placed today at end of the day green. Should be a good Linda. SPY divergence. SPY. Yeah, we did talk about this here. We did talk about this at the beginning of the stream. 7-day, I think maybe you missed it. You know, we were talking about, you know, right down in this area. I have the $20 calls for the 14, looking for the 23 price. Oh, okay, got it. So you're holding calls already for the 20 strike. You're looking to sell at 23, which, yeah, no worries, 7-day. I mean, that could definitely happen for AMD, but just be mindful, depending on how much time you have. You know, when you're looking for more than a 10% move, it could happen, but 10% moves are not that common. Drucka loves us versus Herd. Glad you're here, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, so going in tomorrow, I'm looking at a Microsoft trade. I'm looking at a Baba trade. Looking at S&Ps if we can get a bounce here. If we're moving up, I'm definitely looking to put on some bullish skewed strangles on my positions. The one thing I want to see if we can get Microsoft about 108 would be definitely helpful. 108 to 112 would be a nice range. Bullish strangle 108 to 112. But tomorrow morning probably going to be an hour, 30 minutes to an hour before I place any trades. I'm going in slow. I'm not looking to have a green week. I'm trying to close out December green. So far we're successful, but you just need one bad week to really screw you over. So, you know, just keep that in mind. So right now I'm trying to close out. Last December I closed out green. Last November I closed out green. 2017 I'm talking about. November I was green. December this month I'm so far green, but I mean we're just getting into it. It's December 10th. So we're just 7-day. I mostly trade ES. Trade ES mostly. I don't usually trade NASDAQ or Dow. Mostly S&Ps. So anyway, so I'm about to sign off. Definitely appreciate you guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe. We actually got quite. We're less than like 20 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers, which is, it blows my mind. We have less than 20 subscribers to go to 4,000, which is crazy. So your first time here and you like the content, hit subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Hit up our free options trading group. Link is below. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.